Hi.
Hi, Fabian. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Very, very happy to have this conversation with you, and hope all is well.
All good. I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
And you called it the video you were called it from Kim Richards from
Yeah.
the. Okay, so what, like, I mean, was it like the starting of the concept, or it was like, I don't know, was it kind of that woman, or what kind of connection is it with her?
It was kind of, to be honest, started out as a random, jokey, silly decision. It wasn't in the concept to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
But it's someone who me and my friends who worked in the video all kind of really love. And again, it was a joke initially, but like with the context of my work and with the collection, I felt like it just made a lot of sense because she is an actress who is performing herself in a reality TV show, which is like such a layered and confusing thing already. And a huge part of what I do really is about femininity and performativity and the idea of performing femininity. So it made sense in that way, but also I think there's just this general feeling of like the whole video and the collection is kind of silly and lighthearted. Like I'm not trying to take myself or what I do too seriously, and what she represents and the way she is as a person on the show, it just like really resonates with that. So it was more like a campy, funny decision, but there's so much like correlation that can be explained into it.
Okay, no, because then I was looking at your PDF and your work, and you have kind of uh not influenced, but you're very interested also into horror movies. There is something
Yeah.
about horror movies that makes it. But then in the end, I have to say that um apart from some scenes, I mean, I would see probably the fact that you're inspired by horror movies more about probably, I don't know, it's about the colors, the attitude, or the state of action that happens in horror movies rather than thinking of doing something horrifying. Or, I mean, what is your.
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't know why, but I'm just drawn to aesthetics of like 60s, 70s like Italian horror movies like Dario Argento and stuff.
That's what I was.
But I'm not like I'm not like an evil person or anything.
No. Exactly.
That's
That's
not, I'm
what.
not interested in that. I think there's this like very deep underlying concept of abjection and how that was put onto like womanhood and women's bodies. Like there's this book, The Powers of Horror by Julia Kristeva, this famous um, author, um, philosopher, who talks about this idea of the abject body and these sort of like primal ancient fears that we attribute to our own mortality and in her context to women's bodies. Um, and I think that's like as conceptual as my work gets with horror, but the rest of it really is just about the visuals of it and like the subculture of horror movies.
Okay, no, well, because I mean, you mentioned that Argento, and I was getting to him because I mean, I think, I mean, apart from, I mean, if you like it or not, I think he's genius, but it was more about probably so much about the aesthetic, you know. I mean, it was about the music, the aesthetic, and also the femininity that came out from his movies.
I mean, Suspiria for me is a very like influential movie. It's the first one I saw, and it just really changed my like it really opened my eye to what I want to do visually. But you know, like I'm not a film critic. I'm not one to judge, but it's an amazing story or amazing dialogue
No.
or amazing acting. It's eye candy. It's a visual journey. It's very intriguing, and I think that sort of consideration of lighting to sound to costume to casting to everything is something that intrigues me. I want to sort of apply it to my work with clothes and fashion, like to create that atmosphere. Yeah, of course. Thank you for
Okay.
the words of wisdom. It was nice to meet you.
No, nice to meet you and meet you personally in the future.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Have a good day.
You
Ciao.
too.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye.